Hey guys, welcome to
In
in
the
the intermission.
intermission.
Oh gosh, it's already starting out. Okay,
Oh.
we have Miss Wolford with us here today.
Say hi.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah.
We're gonna be asking her some questions, trying to get some feedback on some good things to do in auditions, things like that. Just things that directors would know. Yeah.
Yeah. But first, we're gonna ask some fun questions just to
Yeah.
get to know Miss Wolford. So, Miss Wolford, what is your favorite musical as the musical director of Bethel?
That's like favorite in general or favorite one I've done.
Ooh, both.
Yeah.
So I walked into that. Favorite one I've done is a loaded question because every musical is different for
Right.
different reasons. However, I think Lion King Jr. holds a really special place in my heart because I had so many parents involved, and that was just a really fun show.
I love that. Okay.
But I really, honestly, I love every show I've done for a different reason. And favorite show of all time, it's a toss-up between the first two I ever saw, which would be Phantom of the Opera and Beauty and the Beast.
That is wonderful.
Phantom is a really good one.
Yeah.
They're both pretty magical.
Beauty
Yeah.
and the Beast was fun to be in.
No, I'm sure.
Yes, I agree.
Trust.
I did that in high school, so.
Okay.
Uh,
Another one.
Ooh, what's your dream role in
In
it
musical.
can't yeah, but it can't be one of your favorite musicals. So it can't be like Phantom or Beauty and the Beast.
Well, I have two dream roles, and one of
Okay.
them is Beauty and the Beast. And I did it when I was in high school. I got to be Mrs. Potts. So, I mean,
that's wonderful.
that's one. But then
Dream
my other dream
accomplished.
role is Ursula in The
I
Little
love
Mermaid. I
that.
have never played a villain, and I've always wanted to be a
Yeah.
villain. And every time we do a show with a female villain, I always end up in another character, which is totally fine because I've loved every role I've done. But
Absolutely.
one day, I will get to be a
Trust
villain,
you will. Trust you will.
and she will have tentacles.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I love that.
What was your first, besides like seeing Phantom of the Opera, what was your first experience in theater?
When I was in the first one I can remember was when I was in 6th grade. We had these two graduates of my school come in and they wanted to start a musical theater program. And they did Schoolhouse Rock Live Junior, and I had no clue what I was signing up for, but my mom was like, "You'll like it. Let's do it."
Yep.
And
Fuck
so that was I got Shuli, and I had such a good time, and that was just the beginning of a crazy life. I had no idea I would end up doing this, but I did as much theater as I could from that point on. When I got to college, kind of took a break with my degree. I was focusing on other things, but then I got into opera, which was a whole other realm of theater, and it was really cool. Different experience, different style, but I found a really good appreciation for opera. I prefer watching it more than being in it. I can say that quite honestly, but it was still really cool. And now I really love directing. Like,
I love
I could
that.
never perform again and be okay because
Oh,
it's
okay.
fun directing.
Yeah.
I love that.
Mhm.
I feel like we should almost talk about our first experiences. 'Cause we
I would
haven't
love
done
to know
that.
about your first
Okay,
experiences.
you first.
No, 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 no.
Chronologically, you know.
I
Ugh.
do. I know a little bit about your first experience. That's why I would like to hear you explain your side of the story.
What do you think my first experience is?
Well, I remember someone his whole 5th grade year telling me how excited he was to do the musical. And then he walks into 6th grade orientation and he's all like, "Oh, I'm not going to do it." And his mom is behind him looking at me being like, "Miss Wolford." And I literally was like, "You have no choice." And I signed you up for an
Yeah,
audition.
She did.
Yes.
And you became the map in Peter Pan.
My first experience with theater would be when we did Charlotte's Web in 4th grade.
Oh,
Third with
grade.
Mrs.
Yeah.
McCormick.
Mrs.
Mrs. Judge at
Yeah,
the
yeah.
time, and she's Mrs. McCormick now.
And I was one of the crew members, and I was the only one that did things. Yeah, because a lot of things I had to fix them.
Oh, that's awesome.
Life of the crew.
Tiny
yeah.
crew. Oh.
But my first experience, other than that, because that was,
No, that counts.
yeah. But was Peter Pan being the map? So.
Wow. Okay, yeah, going back to 3rd grade, I guess too. I was one of the baby spiders, like Charlotte's little kids.
The little babies.
Yeah, I think it
Yeah.
was Nessie or something. We had Trash Bag and Black Arm. Oh, it was
How do you
wonderful.
remember the names?
I think mine was Nessie. I could be dead wrong.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that was fun. But I also did this. I did like a modeling thing at a mall, and I signed up, and then like a week later, I came back and did like the actual thing. And there were like
Yeah.
3 different stages, and one of the stages was you had to like perform some sort of talent, and like
Right.
if you didn't have like a certain talent to show off, like they had like you could do like a monologue, and I did a Moana monologue. So that was like my
Of
first
course you
like
did.
intro
Fitting.
to act.
No, it
Fitting.
works.
My first intro to acting, I guess.
No.
So.
I'm really glad you guys brought up the stuff from your elementary experience, because like my brain went straight to like formal stage theater, but we forget how much of that we do
Right.
with our elementary teachers,
Mhm.
and they're total rock stars. Gotta love the elementary. Shout out to the K6, K5. Because like thinking back, yeah, I had elementary acting experiences that I just
Yeah.
I don't think of when I
Mhm.
think of it. Like I was in some play called No Turkey for Perky when I was like in kindergarten. My name was Hazelbell Hanks. All I remember is a pizza box
That-
sliding across the stage because the girl didn't want to eat turkey because it was gross. So she ate pizza, and all the
That's fair.
ingredients of the pizza came to life and sang to her. That's all I remember.
Interesting. Sounds like a
Um,
trip.
Well,
Do you-
I was little. It was
just a girl.
I was
I
just a
don't-
girl.
I don't know if you would. I don't know if you were a part of this, but I know she'll remember this. Do you remember our Squirm concert?
Squirm like a worm.
Oh, I
was-
randomly.
Oh my
okay.
gosh, that
I randomly think about that, and I'm like, oh my god.
Oh my god.
But
Yeah.
theater
past
is so much
choir
part of everything
songs.
we do, and we just kind of take it for granted. Even
Mhm.
like getting down to when like we go to the basketball games and the football games, and they like have the music playing and the smoke and everything, and the players run through. Like that's such a theatrical moment,
Exactly.
and we take that for granted. That's
Mhm.
theater
Yeah.
right there.
I have something to say about that because not to just keep yapping, but
It's okay.
okay, I'm not gonna like name names and like it's nothing bad, just
Oh,
like
no.
but band, like marching band.
Uh-huh.
I've had people come to me and like say stuff about like liking other people's like themes better, and I'm like, yeah,
Mm.
cause like, oh, I don't know if I should say this. I don't want to like sound rude.
Well, no, there are a lot of ways to choose a show when you
Right.
do things. You can do something very theatrical where there's a story,
Yeah.
or you can do like we've done a lot of reviews recently, which are a lot of fun too because
Yeah,
we're
bro.
singing music one genre. So two different approaches. One is not more correct than the other.
Right. Yeah. And like I wasn't trying to say that.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying. So, and
Yeah.
some people respond like and prefer the reviews because it's the music
Exactly.
they know, they can relate to. Sometimes we see shows that are more theatrical, and you're like, I'm trying to connect the dots and understand what is
Right.
happening. I've
Right.
sat through some very interesting shows at competitions watching, and I'm like, I don't understand this
No,
one bit.
that's
But no one way is right, no one way is wrong.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's just fun to see like even in like marching band, like our band kids and our theater kids don't exactly get along, but like there's so much like that can correlate with each other, and I think that's cool.
It's
But
kind of awesome.
There's
Yeah.
also a good bit of our band kids that are theater kids.
Yeah.
We're slowly getting more and more of them.
Yeah.
Just
Join the
come
dark
to the dark side. We have cookies.
Okay.
We do have cookies. We have cookies this year.
Oh yeah, I
Have
guess
some
we do.
cookies.
Cookies and punch.
Um,
Get a photo.
Okay, moving on.
Now, why are we here? What are we talking about?
We wanted to ask you what are your, let's say,
Me. Sorry.
okay, what are your top 5 best tips to prepare for an audition?
Okay. Top 5 best tips to prepare for an audition. I think my tip number 1, know the show you're auditioning for. A lot of kids
Ooh,
come
that's a big
in
one.
and you can tell you can tell the kids who have done the research and know the show and know what character they're interested in, or at least just know what is going on versus the kids who just come in and are auditioning on a whim. And it's not that it's bad to audition for on a whim, but you will have a much more successful audition if you have done your homework.
Right.
And if you do that homework, then you're going to choose a song that fits the show. For instance, when we did Cinderella a couple years ago, Leah Schaffner came in. She really wanted to either be the godmother or Cinderella. And so she sang another Rodgers and Hammerstein song from a different show. It was perfect because it was the right style, right genre, everything there. If someone had come into Cinderella and they sang like
My shot from Hamilton.
My Shot from Hamilton. I was trying to think of a good Hamilton song that had a lot of rap. Stylistically, it's not going to gel. Also, if you don't know anything about the show, it shows. So knowing your show. And then choosing a song that makes you sound good. And I think this is one that a lot of kids struggle on because they will gravitate towards songs. Defying Gravity from Wicked is like
Yeah.
the number one. I tell kids don't
Yikers.
choose it. It is a beautiful song and I love it and it's fun to sing. But is that what's going to really showcase your voice?
Yeah.
So making sure like sing the song you're going to do for friends. It also help you get over your nerves singing in front of the audition panel. Yeah, there's always going to be nerves, but it'll help. But if you take that time, sing it through, record yourself, listen, make sure it makes you sound good. Because ultimately you are selling the audition panel on why you are the best fit for the role you want. I also would encourage everyone go in with an open mind to auditions. I'm going to use you as an example this year, Angel, because you came in with, well, here's the roles I'm interested in and not interested, blah, blah, blah. Nowhere on that spectrum did you say Scarecrow. You were thinking other roles
Never.
and you hadn't considered it.
I
But
hadn't.
that was,
Inkling.
we saw something and we were like, she fits in there. And that's the decision we went with. And that was such a pleasant, and look how much fun you're having. So
Having so
I would
much
always
fun.
encourage
Trust I
everyone,
am.
have an open mind when you go in. Because also you are seeing you and your performance. We are seeing the whole picture and we are seeing how everyone interconnects. It's like a puzzle and trying to get everything to fit together so the picture is cohesive and complete. Let's see, what other tips? Um, I would just be prepared. Don't wait until like the week of to choose a song and to
Or
practice.
like an hour
The lines are
before.
an
Like
hour before.
Oh,
Some people
gosh.
can
I love
excuse me.
her.
Some people can do
She
that
knows who she
successfully.
is.
Some people can rock that. I don't know how you can, but awesome for you. But I would practice. The more comfortable you are, the more it's going to resonate with
Absolutely.
us watching.
Yeah.
And
I've definitely gotten much better at that. I know I used to
Yeah.
like wait till like the last minute.
Well, I mean,
procrastinate.
if you wait till the last minute, you're cramming, and then you're
Mhm.
more nervous when you go in and you can't relax. If you know the material really, really well and you come in, you're just performing. You know this. You've got this.
Love it.
And then I think my last piece of advice is to trust the process. I mean,
Yeah.
trust in how it's all going to roll out. I think the hardest thing I see with anyone is when auditions are done, when the cast list goes up, understanding how it all fits together. And as
Right.
a director, it's the hardest thing because, looking at people and you can have the best audition of your life and everything goes right and you're so proud of yourself. But if everyone who auditioned had the best audition of their life, you're also competing against everyone else. So trusting in the process and trusting that it's going to be fun. You're going to have a blast.
Right.
You do not have to have a role to have a good time in the musical.
I
Mhm.
agree.
I
Yeah.
agree.
No,
have
for sure.
I have been in the ensemble. I have had main roles. I've been on the whole spectrum. It's all just the same amount of fun
Yeah.
because it's a choice that we
Yeah.
have to make
No.
ourselves.
Right.
So
Yeah, I think
I-
you choose a lot of like if you have fun or not. I think that's like
Uh-huh.
a big thing. Because
It
if you're
is.
gonna like, yeah,
I will say the show that I've probably had like some of the most fun with is Peter Pan being in the ensemble.
Sometimes being in the
yeah.
ensemble, you get to do so much because
Mhm.
you're the ensemble. You get to appear in a lot of
Yeah.
different roles.
I know I'm gonna have so much fun in Hadestown Ensemble.
Yeah.
Like I'm so ready to dance
gosh, it's
with
gonna be
this
so much fun.
choreo. It's gonna be good.
No, one of my favorite shows that I've performed in was when I was in college. I was in the Pirates of Penzance. You
Mhm.
guys,
Love
I
that.
talk about that one a lot. And I had a small role, and I understudied a major role. But being in that small role, the amount of things I got to do on stage, like I got to dance on top of a gravestone with pom poms, which
Yes,
sounds
as you
really weird
should.
out of context. But it was so much fun because I was not a main character and you get to build and do more. So
Mhm.
I'm like, just have fun, embrace it, trust the process, know your show, and choose something that's going to make you really shine. And don't be afraid to ask for help. A lot of kids are worried about asking me or anyone for help because they feel like it's going to reflect badly. And I don't know where that mindset comes from because, like, literally, I will give you like 6, 7 songs. Like, choose one. Any of these will be good. Go for it.
Mhm.
So.
I don't like asking you when it's your show. But because I don't want to be like, oh, like, I don't know. I just feel weird telling you, like, hey, I'm going for this in your show, just so you know. I don't know.
Well,
It just like feels weird.
It is also, I mean, I'm a teacher too, as well as being a
Right.
director. So it's part of the teaching process and helping guide you through, okay, you're interested in this role. Like, we need to choose something. For instance,
Yeah.
Hadestown, you were going for a fate, right? If I remember
Yeah.
correctly. So
Yeah.
we were looking for something that really showed off your lower range and helped you tell a story. So we
Trust.
chose songs that fit into those specific guidelines because you wanted to show that. That's
Yeah.
part of teaching you guys how to audition. So if you do want to continue doing this outside of school, you have the tools because you won't always
Mhm.
have someone standing over your shoulder choosing your songs and giving you the info.
Oh, trust. If I try out for any more, I'll be like, hey, girl, guess what I'm doing and guess
Email
what
me
I'm going
anytime.
for.
Yeah.
I do kind of love doing it. So
Yeah, no, that's fun. Oh, this Louder than I expected.
That
And
was
there's
special.
our intermission bell, meaning we have to wrap it up.
Oh,
I know.
that was
Yeah,
kind
that
of
was a lot
sad.
of fun.
But yeah, it was good
Time
having
flies.
Yeah, time
Yeah.
flies when you're having fun.
you.
Thank
can
you
talk
so much
Thanks
later
for
for
coming on.
joining. Yeah, absolutely. We could have you on for a part 2.
Part 2, anything.
Part 2 of Wolford. Thank you so much for
Yeah.
joining us, though.
All right, cool
Yep.
beans.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.